stop giving your business away to regional brokers. It's the biggest mistake that transportation providers make. Now, when we say regional brokers, I'm really referring to those transportation brokers that offer medical transportation services that are not contracted with Medicaid or other government organizations. I don't want to name them and have them turn into my enemies here, but you know who they are. They're everywhere. You'll have a random broker somewhere in another state that'll contact you and say, hey, listen, I may have trips for you. Now, where are those trips coming from? You guys really need to look at this and you need to understand what's going on. You're transporting an individual from your local nursing home to a doctor's appointment. What does that mean? What does that mean? What that means is some person randomly in Texas, while you're sitting there in maybe North Carolina, California, Florida, wherever, called that nursing home and said, hey, listen, I can get someone to transport your patients for you. And the nursing home said, we really need that. And they took the job. That is an abomination here. So we already have the NEMT industry monopolized in terms of Medicaid. We're giving the NEMT industry in terms of direct contract, where you make 2, 3, sometimes 4 times more money, away to regional brokers. That needs to stop now. It needs to stop right now. You have what it takes in order to become your own regional broker. Let me tell you something. I work with brokers, national brokers, and I'll tell you, their infrastructure is a lot less built up than you think. When we're talking regional brokers, you're talking about a small handful of individual people that are making phone calls and convincing your local healthcare organizations to do business with them. And then those same people who probably don't even understand the NEMT industry as well as you do, give you a call and say, I have an opportunity. That's a big mistake, because what we used to have with Medicaid was direct contracting. Providers made an enormous amount of money. Brokers statistically take at the minimum 50%, but on average really 60 to 80% from your money. So what you have to do as a transportation company is be a transportation company. Okay? You need to leave the employee mindset behind. And the employee mindset is a one-to-one relationship, right? An employee is seeking employment with one employer or maybe 2 employers. When I say employee mindset, I mean maybe 1099 contractor mentality, right? You have to have the ownership mentality where you are not the business. You see, an employee is their own company. A business owner is not their own business. You objectively need to build your business. The reason why is because your company can attract, advertise, and accommodate thousands and thousands of clients. You as an individual will get overwhelmed, okay? So it's important that transportation providers understand their roles, because the need for non-emergency medical transportation nationwide is enormous. We've consulted with thousands of healthcare organizations across the country, from $100 million health plans down to your local nursing homes. And I'll tell you, an average from my own research is that 1 out of every 5, if not the worst case, 1 out of every 10 healthcare organizations of select industries within the healthcare sector either need a transportation provider now, or they're working with one and they're looking for a new one because the current transportation provider either can't handle the workload, or they're inconsistent on their pricing, or they have some problem. The market is there, but you need a business in order to sell your services. Okay, the reason why most providers struggle, they walk into a couple healthcare facilities, they have no idea what they're selling. They don't know they don't even have transportation rates. They don't understand rates. They don't know how to negotiate rates. They don't have a company. Half of the time, people go in without even a business card. At that point, you're really just a guy or a girl in a car. You're not a company, right? So you need to advertise your company. You need to build and brand your company. From that point, you need to develop sales strategies, okay? If providers can do that, we can not only avoid losing the entire private healthcare sector in terms of non-emergency medical transportation, we have the opportunity to take back larger and larger markets. A lot of providers are not aware of new insurance programs such as Medicare that just started offering non-emergency medical transportation as a benefit. Now, keep in mind, insurance companies need non-emergency medical transportation. That's how they save money. But most of those Medicare companies, in fact, don't even offer non-emergency medical transportation. I've personally spoken to the credentialing experts of Medicare Advantage plans who told me that while we do offer non-emergency medical transportation as a benefit, we typically say that we don't because we don't have an established provider network. You guys, Medicaid brokers are now offering employment programs because even they know that most startups don't have what it takes to build a business from scratch. And due to that fact, they seek one contract and nothing else. They can't survive on one contract, especially a contract where most of the money is being pulled out of their pockets and they're only getting small pennies at the end of the day. Check out our courses on NEMT. I guarantee you, you will be able to build. The reason we named our star grand opening course, Building an NEMT Empire, it's over 6 hours long. You will literally be able to build an NEMT Empire. I guarantee through that course alone, you'll have more knowledge on the NEMT industry than any provider that's been in business for even 5 or 10 years. The reason why is because it comes from my consultations of transportation companies nationwide. I'm a really intense person, and I tell you, my entire course is filled with this level of intensity step by step. But the great thing is you get lifetime access, so you can play it on repeat, you can go in slow-mo, but if you take those courses and you follow them step by step, you will be amazed. I've consulted providers with less than 5% of that, and they will call me back 2 or 3 days later, amazed that they've already secured contracts. So check them out. We're going to continue to upload videos, hopefully every single week if we don't get too busy here. I want to be able to provide great content, but if you're looking to establish a NEMT Empire as a new business, or if you're an existing operation that's trying to understand how to get into the direct billing marketplace, you need to check out that course. Listen, last thing I'll leave you with is this. Brokers take an enormous amount out of how much you make. So many providers are locked and loaded into just securing a Medicaid broker contract. The reality is that the amount that you can make from a broker is only 10 to 15% of the total market share available. I have so much to say. I'm so excited, and I really hope you check out the courses and give us a 5-star review because you're going to be rich. I guarantee you. We'll see you next time.